Good morning and welcome to the Killik & Co market update. Markets were a little unsettled last week, but they have been in a much better mood this week. Last week, there were several headlines questioning the affordability of some companies' AI spending plans. And to add to that, we had the publication of the last set of minutes from the Federal Reserve. And these were interpreted to mean that an interest rate cut in December was much less likely than previously hoped. However, this week has been much more positive, although the US market was closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and it will only be open for half a day today. Here's the Nasdaq Composite over the last year. This index is heavily focused on the technology sector. You can see a bit of a drop last week and a nice recovery this week. One of the main reasons for that recovery is that a couple of individuals from the Federal Reserve have released comments saying they would be supportive of an interest rate cut in December. Last week, the implied probability of a cut in December was just 30%, but this week it has risen to 80%. On another positive note, some people believe in the so-called Santa rally, which is the notion that markets perform better in December. We've been looking at some data that suggests there may be some truth in this. Here are the returns of the UK's FTSE All-Share Index in every individual month for the last 20 years. Red shows negative and green shows positive. The right-hand column for December is definitely more green than others, so maybe that's something to feel optimistic about. This week, Eli Lilly has become the first healthcare company in history to be worth $1 trillion. Eli Lilly has overtaken Novo Nordisk to become the market leader for weight loss drugs, also known as GLP-1s. Here's a comparison of the two share prices over the last 5 years, Lilly in the green and Novo in the pink. Lilly has surged ahead thanks to the excitement around its new weight loss pill. This would be much easier to take than the products currently available, which are injections. This chart is taken from Lilly's last quarterly results presentation. The grey line shows the number of weight loss drug prescriptions in the US. The pink line shows Lilly's prescriptions and the black line shows Novo's. You can see it's currently a two-horse race and Lilly is very much in the lead. The market for these drugs is large. A study of 11,000 Americans was published earlier this year, and it showed that 74.2% have not taken GLP-1s, 14% have not but are interested in trying them, and 11.8% have tried them already. Lilly is covered by our research team, so please do give us a call if you have any questions. This week we had the long-awaited UK autumn budget. This was a very late budget and that left a lot of time for rumours and for speculation, and there was fear that some fairly drastic changes might be introduced. However, that turned out not to be the case, and in the end the reaction of the market to the budget was cautiously positive. However, there was some volatility on the day of the budget because the OBR accidentally published its report 40 minutes before the budget speech started. Here's the pound against the dollar over the last 4 days. In that pink box, we have 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the day of the budget. You can see the pound dropped when the OBR's leak happened as everyone was scrambling around trying to work out what it meant, but it strengthened as people digested the information. The same happened in the market for UK government bonds. Here's the UK's 10-year gilt yield over the last 5 days. When yields fall, that means that more people have bought bonds. Again, you can see the wobble when the leak happened and then a gradual increase in confidence. The OBR's report suggests that Rachel Reeves will have slightly more fiscal headroom than previously thought, and it also suggests that government borrowing will be slightly less than previously thought. Next week, on Tuesday, the 2nd of December at 5 p.m, we do have a live budget webinar, so please do sign up if you'd like to hear our thoughts in more detail. That's it from us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.